Hey, New Hope, Pastor Aaron here. Just wanted to take a moment to talk about how excited we are about getting into this new initiative that we're doing for our small groups this year. We're doing something a little bit different. If you watched last week's service, I mentioned that we are doing home groups, and I gave a brief description, and I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to explain exactly how that's going to work. So our home groups are exactly what they sound like. They're groups that are going to be done at people's houses. Now, who's invited to these groups? Well, this is a church-wide initiative. What our goal is that we usually tend to hang out with a lot of friends and a lot of family from church anyway. And we usually kind of do it pretty often, even though during these times it's kind of uncertain. But what we are planning on doing is we are asking for you guys to take the initiative to gather some family, gather some friends, people who you could do a small group together with, and to commit to meet every first and third Sunday of the month. Now, this is what I mean by that. The first Sunday and the third Sunday don't exactly work for every single group. So what I mean by that is between the first Sunday of the month and the third Sunday of the month, you have all those days in between to find a day and a time that works best for your group to go through the first session. And the same thing goes with the next session from the third Sunday to the first Sunday. You have all those days in between. So you get to find a day and a time that works best for you and for your group. Now, sometimes within the year, a month has 5 Sundays. So what do we do on the 5th Sunday? What we recommend is on the week of the 5th Sunday that your group comes together to share a meal and fellowship. Now, that's optional, but it's highly recommended because we're not just trying to go through material together. We're also trying to go through life together, being able to support each other, being able to be there for one another, being able to help and encourage one another. And we think that this is going to be a great way to do that. Now, some people may be uncomfortable about joining some groups. I know some people are a little more comfortable in going to other people's houses and having groups versus others. And I want you to know that that is perfectly all right. This is a curriculum that you can also do just within your family context or individually if you so choose. The great thing about all of us doing the same material is that when we get to come together at church or when we Zoom, we're talking about the same sessions that we all went through. So even if you are uncomfortable going into someone else's house, you still know what they went through and you get to talk about what you found and maybe even find some things that you guys found differently. So it's a wonderful way for us as a church to go and read through the Bible together. And that's the ultimate goal, growing in the Word of God, growing in fellowship, but growing closer to God and finding a way to apply those values and those teachings in our lives every single day. The curriculum that we are going to be doing is a curriculum called Explore the Bible. And we are going to be starting with Hebrews 1 through 7 from October 4th to the end of December. And then the next year, starting in January, we will go through the rest of Hebrews, and that will finish us out through the year. Now, Explore the Bible is a very great curriculum because even though it does have a lot of depth into it and it really has a lot of good context, a lot of the stuff is right there. So if you're not really the teaching type, you don't have to be because everything is set out right before you. Each group doesn't necessarily have to have a leader, but what they do need to have is someone that will help the conversation move along and maybe take attendance as well so that we can keep track to see who all's involved in it and just see, some things that we can tighten, maybe tweak a little here and there because this is kind of a new initiative for us. But we're very excited to do this. Now, the best way to find out a lot more of this information is to go on to our website, www.newhopewest.com, and click on our Join Our Small Group tab. It will take you to the Planning Center and our thing will pop right up. Now, usually we would have a tab for each individual group. Since this is a church-wide initiative, what we are going to do is we're all going to be part of the same tab. So it'll look like it has lots of members. But in reality, each group will individually come together in their own accord. But that will be a great way to help us keep attendance and to make sure that everybody has access to the resources that we can put on there. Resources, we are going to be ordering books physically. You can also order them digitally. You can come and talk to me about that if you're interested. But we're going to be ordering physical books to hand out to each person in each group. But we also wanted there to be a place to find other resources that we might find complement the curriculum very well, such as maybe a YouTube video or a letter or an article about what we're studying. And it's a great way, it's a great place for that material to be shared. So if that's why we highly recommend you guys making a profile on Planning Center. So all you have to do is go and click. And if it sounds a little overzealous or very intimidating, I want to assure you it's not. If you feel like you're intimidated, you can ask Pastor Natalie. She was one of the people who felt intimidated, and she made a profile like that. And I think her words were, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So if you have a profile already, please click on that little link. It'll have a lot more description. It'll have our schedule in there in the calendar. It'll have our start dates, which is October 4th. And going first and third Sunday, and then fifth Sunday is having that fellowship. And then we will end in December. And then the next semester, we will start the third Sunday in January and go all the way to May. We have also put in the calendar to adjust for the holidays, such as Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter. So all of that is in the calendar already, and you should be able to find it pretty easily. But all that information can be found on the Planning Center app and the Planning Center website. If you have a profile, again, just click on that tab and you'll be automatically signed up, and you'll have a notification every time a new thing is posted. If you do not have a profile and you're a little uncomfortable making it yourself, I want to tell you two things. One, for the next couple Sundays, I'm going to be in the lobby willing and able to help anyone make profiles right then and there, because it takes that quick. All I need is your first name, your last name, and an email, and that is it. That's all it takes to make a profile. If you're still uncomfortable and you want to make a profile, but you're not in church and can't see me in the lobby, just call the church office and we will be more than happy to assist you in any way. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on my phone, in my email, or contact the church. All of that which is available on the website. You guys can also, if you see me at church, just pull me aside and say, hey, Aaron, I have a few questions about this. But your job is to make a profile, to join the group, and then to find some people within the church, or maybe not within the church, people who want to join. Regardless, we're cool either way. To come together and to dedicate themselves to joining a group through the next year. At my table, we also have a piece of paper that says home group values. And our home group values aren't a list of rules, but rather they're a list of what we are striving to do through all of this. And it gives you kind of the direction of what we want our home groups to go in. That's going to be the most redemptive, and at the same time help each of us grow together as well as separately. And I will make sure to have that link, that resource posted at the bottom of this video. Again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. I'm so excited that this is happening, and it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I think a lot of good change is going to happen. So God bless you guys. May he bring you and your family peace during some of this difficult time. And may we grow in reading the Word of God together in the months ahead. God bless you guys. Have a good day.